Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, my hair is shaved. So to start off this makeup look, I'm going to start by hydrating my face, and I'm using the Vital C Hydrating Repair Cream by Image Skincare. And then also by Image, I'm using this antioxidant facial enhancer. I like my face to be extra moisturized with the foundation that I'm going to be using today. It's a mattifying foundation, so it tends to dry my skin out. So yeah, oh, and we can't forget about lips. This is also by Image Skincare. It's their Ormetic Sheer Pink Lip Enhancement. It is my favorite. So for the eyes, I am just going in with a little bit of Shape Tape to prime my eyes for eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the Morphe Dare to Create palette today. And first we're going to go in with this really light shade. It's called Bear. And we're just going to put this in our crease and drag it out a little bit. You're barely going to see it at first, but that's okay. This is just our transition. So I'm just going back and forth, putting that in my crease. Then we're going to go in with this darker shade, which is called Transitional. And we're going to do the same motions back and forth in our crease. You'll see I use a pretty dense brush at first, and then I'll go back in with a fluffier brush to blend out that line a little bit more. But yeah, just back and forth. We're going to do a lot of blending with this look. So now I'm going in with a darker shade. This one is called Cut Crease, ironically. Again, back and forth, windshield wiper motions. This clip is not fast forwarded, so this is how fast I actually do it and the motions I actually make, but very light-handed. It looks a little bit harsh right now, and believe me, it's going to look a lot worse after this, but I promise it all comes back together. So here you see me going in again with a fluffy brush just to blend out any harsh edges. So here I'm taking Deep Hue from the palette, and I'm using like a fluffy pencil brush, if that makes sense. It's very fine tip and very small, and I told you this look was going to look a lot worse before it got better. So it looks a little rough right now, but we're just going to concentrate that in our crease. Blending it out again with a very fluffy brush, and then I'm going to take some black to darken it up even more. Don't be afraid to use black in your looks to deepen any color because it really works. Just don't use a lot of it. You just have to ease it in. So of course we're going to repeat those same steps on the other eye and then go back with that fluffy brush and blend it out until our arms fall off. You guys, a look like this requires a ton of blending. So if you don't have the heart to blend, you won't get it right. So the way I do my cut crease is I just take some concealer on a flat brush like this, and I start at the base of my eyelid by my lash line, and I just work it up. For this look, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's more of a soft cut crease. It's a little bit more blended. It's not so sharp of a line, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So for the outer corner, I'm going to be making my line here. It's kind of like it's like winged eyeliner, but for the top of your eyelid instead of the base of your eyelid by your lash line, if that helps in any way. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be blending it out anyway. So now I'm going in with the Kat Von D palette, and I'm taking the lightest shade. I think it's called Liberatus, and I'm just going to be packing that on all over where the concealer was. I wanted there to be a major contrast between my crease shadow and my lid shadow, so this is practically white. But yeah, and then I'm taking that fine pencil brush again, and I'm just going over that line, softening it up a little bit more. And I think I added a little bit more of a dark shadow as well. So now I'm taking the NYX liquid liner, and I'm going to do my winged liner. Sorry that it's out of focus, probably because I have to be so close to my mirror to do this, but Yeah, so I'm doing my wing liner here and I'm doing it lower than I normally would, but I really wanted it to follow the line that we had just created with the concealer in our cut crease. So normally I wouldn't do my wing liner this low and this straight, but for this look I did. So I'm taking this gel liner by Maybelline Eye Studio and I'm just going to be lining my waterline for this look as well. Now we're just going to add some mascara to our top lashes to prep for falsies. I am using the Nicole Guerrero line by Eyelure. Those lashes, I found them a couple weeks ago and I have not been able to put them down. I use them in almost every look that I do now. They're just so wispy and beautiful and fluffy and natural looking at the same time. So back to priming our face a little more. I'm using Benefit's Professional and Max Fix Plus to prime my face. The foundation I'm using today is the Tarte Shape Tape and it's the mattifying one. The way I found that this foundation works for me is my face has to be extremely moisturized and I have to do it in sections like this, otherwise it just dries out too quickly on my face and then it leaves patches and it doesn't last throughout the day. So I have to do one section at a time with going back and forth from using the Beauty Blender and applying more foundation. And I also, every now and then, will spray my Beauty Blender with Fix Plus as well, just to keep that nice and moist. So after we have that, oh, can't forget your neck. Have to bring it down on your neck. As you can see, this foundation probably doesn't match me 100%, but after contouring and highlighting and everything, it all comes together. So for concealer, I'm using my die-hard favorite concealer ever is the Shape Tape concealer. And I'm just putting that on all the high points of my face and blending that out with my Beauty Blender as well. And I also do the same thing here with spraying my Beauty Blender with the Fix Plus just to keep it nice and wet so that it can absorb any excess concealer. I'm using this pressed powder by Physicians Formula to set my face today. I use it to set my under eyes and my face. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I do. So I use this smaller, more defined brush to get under my eyes, and then I use this big fluffy brush to get the rest of my face and my neck. Then next I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Soft Brown. And first I just outline my brows how I want them to be and then fill them in. And I don't really add any excess product to the inner part of my brows. I just kind of use whatever's on my brush and blend it out. And then to get that sharp line that everybody loves, I just go in with the same brush we used for our cut crease and some concealer and outline my brows and define them a little bit more. If you guys would like a full in-depth brow tutorial, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just let me know in the comments. So to highlight my brows, I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm using that first shade, I believe it's called In Light, to highlight my brows, and then going back in with that fluffy brush to blend it out again. Here I'm taking any black shadow, I believe this one was from the Jaclyn Hill palette, because it was just sitting in front of me, and I'm going to push that into my lash line and then blend it out with that that fluffy pencil brush that we used earlier in our crease. And we're just going to add some mascara to the bottom lashes because I feel no look is complete without bottom mascara. For bronzing, I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I do this first where I would normally contour. This is a trick I learned from James Charles. It's kind of like a transition shade for your contour. Like how you transition your eyeshadow, you should transition your contour as well. So to contour, I'm going in with a denser brush and I'm using the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula just to get a more chiseled look. So for baking, I'm going to be using the Ben Nye Banana Luxury Powder. I only really bake under my contour. I don't really bake anywhere else. I just like that line to be really cleaned up and shaped up. So for highlighting, I'm using Becca Opal first, and I always go in with that on my fingers. And I put that on the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and then second I go in with the Amarezzi shade from Anastasia to highlight everywhere else. And I'll go over top of everything else I just highlighted, and I'll also do my temples. So I'm using Exposed by Tarte for my blush, and this is another trick I learned from James Charles, is to do your blush after your highlight and after, like, you do contour, highlight, then blush. I don't know, I just think it blends everything together nicely. So for lips, I'm using the shade Sasha, I think. Yeah, Sasha by Morphe. And then after this, you just need some setting spray, and then this look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Stay tuned for the end of this video for a little update on what's been happening along my cancer journey and to meet my new friend. Little nugget. Ooh! Was that a sneeze? Was that a sneeze? My little nugget? I got a kitten, so I want you all to meet my Princess Nova. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? Are you waving? I've already fallen so in love with her, and she is just as obsessed with me, which is great. We went to PetSmart like maybe a couple weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, and I found this ginger kitty that I really wanted, and he was so cute, and I've always wanted a ginger cat. And so the woman that worked in the adoption center at PetSmart let the whole litter out, and I was just focusing on him, but he really wasn't giving me attention. But this little girl was climbing all over me like she is now. Sorry you can see my sweatpants, but this is just how it is. I don't know if you can even really see her, but she just is all about me, and yeah, she's just like my little guardian angel. She's really helped me. I had chemo yesterday, and it was my 4th out of 8 treatments, so I'm halfway done. As long as my PET scan comes back the way we want it, and as long as it shows that the chemo has been working, I'm already halfway done, so I'm really excited about that. Of course it's not easy, but I feel like it's been as easy as it could be this whole time, so I'm really grateful for that. I say a lot. So just in case any of you watching have cancer or know someone with cancer, this water is great. It has a pH of 9.5 or higher. So basically what that means is it has like alkaline in it, and cancer can't survive in alkaline environments. So the more alkaline that you get into your body, the better. So it's just like it helps a little bit. Anything that I can do extra to help, I would like to. So anyway, yeah. Oh, my wig! We can't forget about my wig. So when I came back from Tennessee, this was waiting for me. I ordered it like the week we left for Tennessee, so it got here pretty quickly. It's by Bellamy, and it is real human hair. It's 100% Remy, and if any of you don't know what that means, all it means is that all the cuticles of the hair are facing the same way, so it looks more natural, and it doesn't get like frayed up as easily. I kind of like messy looks, so I kind of mess it up myself. But I was kind of worried about my wig because I'm not used to having so much volume on the top of my head. Like, if you know me, you know my hair was always kind of on the thinner side, and not really thin, but like fine, and I never really had a lot of volume unless I like teased my hair or like did this kind of motion and spruced it up. So I was kind of like, oh my god, everybody's gonna know it's a wig because my hair is not like this. But people that don't know me probably wouldn't even know. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something new. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram, and you can follow me on Snapchat, and I'll leave all of that down below as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you find the positive in your day and something to be grateful for. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.